Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I just want to give you a special shout out. I hope you decide to hit that subscribe button and join our amazing community over here at The Aesthetic Dollar. My name is Emily and I am the owner and designer behind The Aesthetic Dollar, which is a budgeting brand, and I design simple and minimal budgeting tools to bring the fun and aesthetic back into budgeting. I'm married to my husband Chris and we have 4 kiddos under the age of 10. We got started with the zero-based budget and cash stuffing methods back in 2017 and are currently working on saving up 6 months worth of expenses for a fully funded emergency fund. This will lead us to our ultimate goals, which are to invest wisely and give generously. So if you're interested in learning more, stay tuned. Well, hey you guys, and welcome back to another cash stuffing. So I'm gonna start this one off a little bit different than I normally do because I wanna share what I typically do following a cash condensing. So if you guys didn't see, I did post a cash condensing on Thursday. So if you're watching this on Sunday, it would be the most previous video, or the most recent video, I should say. But I am gonna share what I like to do in order to keep like the nicer bills in my circulation, and it just kind of saves a little bit of back and forth at the bank as well. So what we ended up condensing and replacing with placeholders was $4,000 even. And that was money that I pulled out of my sinking funds and savings challenges to put into our savings account. So that money is all right here. So this is actually, I think, it must be like $5,700, which is kind of obnoxious. But so 4,000 of that will be going into our savings account. Well, actually, this is all going into our savings account because I pulled $1,700 when I wanted to do my cash condensing, and I can actually show you guys that teller slip. So this is what I used to get the money to do the condensing, and this I pulled out of my savings account. So 10 hundreds, 10 50s, and 10 20s. So that equals $1,700. $4,000 is what we pulled out of my savings challenges and sinking funds to bring into our savings account. So I need to bring this money to the bank. I'm actually filming this cash stuffing the same day I filmed my cash condensing, and I've never really shown this on camera, and I'm thinking like, why have I never shown this on camera? So what I'm gonna do is pull $1,675 out of this because that is what we are stuffing today. And then I will deposit $4,025 of cash into my savings account. The money that I would have pulled out of my checking account to do this condensing, I'm just going to transfer into my savings account from my checking account because it just saves my teller a little bit of extra work, and I would be getting the cash anyway. So I just do that transfer, and then I also have the ability to keep the nice bills in my circulation here. So what we're going to start with is pulling $800 out of this, and hundreds are usually pretty nice, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So then this will go back to the bank. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is all things that I would normally do off camera. And I just figured I would share you guys this little trick, share this little trick with you guys. Okay, so we need 5 50s. And I know I have some nicer 50s in here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 50s. The rest will go into our savings account. 20s, I'm pretty sure these are, for the most part all horrendous. And we actually need quite a few. So I'm just going to start by pulling the nicer ones and putting them in the back so they end up in my savings challenges. And then we just won't be that picky after that because there's really not... I kept most of the nicer bills during my condensing, so I don't think there's like much in here that's super nice, but okay, so we need 23 20s, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I usually choose my bills based off of how they feel. So I don't care if they're dirty or ripped, but if they're nice and stiff, that's what I like. All right, the 10s are pretty much all nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then for my wallet, we are going to pull some not so great ones. We're going to pull like decent ones, but there's a couple really bad ones in here that we'll just send back to the bank because 1, 2, 3. What I should do is keep nicer bills because then I never want to spend them if they're like super nice. That would be a good way to not spend money. Okay, so we should have 14 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, and then 5 5s. 1, 2, 3 are for savings challenges, and then 2 of these are going in my wallet. These are all pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie. Whatever. Actually, all right. I do have some cash that I need to bring back to the bank that I have pulled out of my envelopes, just that we've spent using our cards. So I might swap some of those bills for these nicer ones. So I know I have like a $50 bill that I'm taking back, so I could grab 10 of these nice 5s to just keep. But we'll see. I just do a lot of transferring, and that's how I keep like nicer bills in my setup. But so we are stuffing $1,675 for the first week of November. And if you guys have questions about what I just did, if I did not explain it well, I feel like I explained it okay, but if not, just leave me questions in the comments and I'll try to get to them. I do see all your comments, but I will be honest, I sometimes get really overwhelmed because it's not usually just the most recent video that I have comments on, it's all of my videos, and so it's hard for me to keep up with comments sometimes, and I'm really sorry. If you've never received a heart or a reply, it's not on purpose. I do intend to someday go back and reply to every single comment anyone's ever left, but I think that's kind of wishful thinking at this point. Either way, I am going to take out my receipts and I'm going to get those scanned into Fetch Rewards. And if you're new here, Fetch Rewards is my favorite rewards app. All you do is scan in receipts. Those receipts turn into points and you can redeem those points for gift cards. So I always leave my referral code in the description in case you want to check it out, because we do both get bonus points when you scan in your first receipt, and that goes towards the gift card that you can redeem. So I've redeemed gift cards to a lot of different places, but usually it's Target, Amazon, Starbucks sometimes. And yeah, it's just so simple to use, and you know me, I love simplicity. All right, and then we do have some $1 bills that we will set aside and put into our savings challenges towards the end. So believe it or not, I did not spend any of my personal spending money this last week. I have been literally at the shop every spare second I can get to pack your guys' orders from our most recent launch. I'm not behind on my processing times, but I'm usually way more ahead. So I'm feeling a little bit anxious about it, but your order is coming if you have not gotten it yet. So 20, 40, 50, 65 for personal spending. Chris and I both do $30 each per week, and that's just money that we can spend on whatever we want. So I'm gonna put his $30 in the back here so that he can get that from me. So I just take it home and give it to him. Food and drinks is getting 40 total. And this is just for like a quick lunch. Like yesterday, I was so hungry because I didn't stop to eat. So before I picked up Eli, I swung through Subway and got something to eat because I was starting to feel nauseous because I was so hungry. So like that's an example of what I would use that money for. Self-care nails is getting $20. My nail tech is finally back from her vacation, and I welcomed her back with open arms. I was so overdue for a fill. Rink rats are getting 10. It's for my kids when we're at the hockey rink. They're always asking for treats. Obviously we didn't have a game or anything because my $10 bill is still in there, and my mother-in-law did come to the one scrimmage we had and she bought the kids treats. So I was like, sweet. Oh my gosh, what? Why did I do that? I gave the kids $20. That is really funny. I'm actually gonna do 10, and then I'm gonna put the 20 into my miscellaneous envelope. I think I mix those two up. I normally do 10 for them. So, and then kindness and miscellaneous both get $5. I just combined this envelope. I didn't need two separate envelopes for it. So it's kind of been nice because it feels like I can give myself permission to like just pretend like I have $10 in kindness, which it's my money, so I can do what I want. But I always like set these little rules for myself, and I don't know why, but yeah, I don't know. It's just, I like having that envelope combined. Next, we are going to jump into our sinking funds, and I did add a few things to my binders. I don't have them exactly how I love them yet, but I did want to add a little bit of something, especially to this binder because it is a very neutral nude kind of color. So I wanted to add something, and I will tell you, this Canyon mini dashboard has my heart. I love this design so much. So for clothing, we are stuffing 20, so we have 170 for clothing. I did add, if you didn't see my cash condensing video, I did add my black placeholders, and I'm obsessed. I've been waiting so long to use those. Health and Beauty is getting 20. So we have 100, 150, 170, 190. Home Care is getting 20. So we have 100, 200, 20, 40, 60. My ice machine is trying to steal the show, so hopefully that's not too loud for you guys. Just dropped a bunch of ice, and now the little motor is running. So home decor is getting 20, so we have 60 total. This is a newer envelope. Bo and Ziva. So Bo and Ziva are our German Shepherds, and they are getting $10. So we have 1, 2, 300, 350, 370, 390, 400. You know what? I just did a cash condensing. So we're doing this because we still have the money here. It's the nice thing about cash stuffing and cash condensing at the same time, or on the same day, is that I can do that. I might not do that for every envelope, but yes. So now we have $400 for Bo and Ziva. Ted and Muffin. So I did announce that Muffin is a boy, so the kids renamed him to Moose. And the cats are getting 40, so they have 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 180. Because we did also pick up 4 more kittens yesterday, so we'll have 5 outdoor kitties. When I say outdoor, they live in a heated pole barn, so they're not, they have a really great life, and they're very comfortable. But they're on mouse patrol outside, so they're here to catch the mice outside. The chickens are getting $50, so they have 51, 52, 50, 70, so 270. Family Fun is getting $10. I don't have a picture of the kittens yet, so we have 60 in Family Fun. But I will get a picture of the kittens and show you guys maybe next week. Date Night is getting 20, so we have 50, and I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm going to grab a 50. Open door policy. See, and I would have filmed these the other way around, but then they're backwards, and I wanted to post my cash condensing on Thursday, which is today technically as I'm filming, because I didn't film a studio vlog because I've been just so busy around the shop. I couldn't add one more thing to my plate, but I didn't want to leave you guys high and dry without a video on Thursday. So I filmed my cash condensing first. So that's why this feels a little weird right now. Like, why didn't I just cash stuff and then condense? Because the videos would have been out of order. So, all right, miscellaneous. Like I said, I'm going to swap, or I did swap the kids in the miscellaneous. So I had 10 written down, but we are going to do 20 because I had 20 written down for kids, but we did 10 for them. So we just swapped that around. So we have 1, 150, 170, 190, 195, and 200. This envelope is for things we forget to budget for or things that randomly pop up. So it's nice to have that extra cash. And that's it for short term. Next, we'll do our long-term sinking funds, and you'll see my black placeholders in here. I'm so obsessed. I feel like you guys are kind of high. I'm gonna move you down just a little bit. Does that feel, that feels better. That feels better. I wish this, when I take the pictures for the thumbnail, I have to move it up, and I did that for the cash condensing video and forgot to move it back down for this one, so my bad. All right, $50 is going into our half cow and our half pig. So we have 2,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 50. So next week we will have this envelope fully funded. Our goal is 2,500. Emergency vet, we have exactly 2,500. We are adding another 100. So we have 2,600, which is good because we have more cats to get fixed. So, which we have been stuffing 100 a week in there in preparation for that. So it's not like I'm like just realized that. I've known that all along. But it's just nice to have such a head start in that envelope. So next is medical fund, and we're stuffing 200. So we have 2,000, 4, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, $5,000 in medical fund. I am not gonna change anything about that envelope. We'll do that during the next condensing. Vehicle maintenance is getting $100. So we have $1,300 for this one. You'll notice if you got these placeholders, they are soft touch. So they feel very fancy, but I think until they get broken in a little bit, they might stick to your envelopes when you're trying to put them inside. Tabs and registration is fully funded, and I'm just sitting here like it's literally staring me in the face, and I was not reading what it said. The hockey fund, we just hit a milestone of $2,000 in this one, and that's good because we just booked our three hotels for our 3 tournaments, and actually I think we might be staying in 4, but we are doing $100 for this envelope. Obviously we won't pay for those hotel rooms until we actually stay in them in like February, but January and February. School fund, we are doing $10, so we have 550. Garden and lawn care, we are doing $20. So we have 100, 150, 170, 180 in garden and lawn care. Pool maintenance, we are doing 20. So we have 1,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 20. So 1,420. This is like a bottomless sinking fund. I don't think you can ever have too much money for pool maintenance. If you have a pool, you know. Home maintenance, we are doing 50. So we have 100, 152, 20, 40, so 240. This is a newer envelope. Annual memberships, we are doing $10. So we have 1, 2, 20, 40, 50, so 250. This one I consider fully funded at 300. Or is it 400? I'd have to look at my sheet. I have it written down somewhere. Tax prep is getting 100, so we have 1,300. I was like, why does this placeholder look weird? There's a bill behind it. So 1,300 in tax prep. All right, and that is it for our long-term sinking funds. Next, we have our holiday sinking funds. I did put this dashboard in there. I'm like obsessed with these. I love the new horizontal dashboards. All right, so for Valentine's Day, we are not stuffing that because it is fully funded. Easter, we are doing $10, so we have 410. Mother's Day, we are adding 10, so we have 210. Father's Day is fully funded and fully condensed now, which is nice. Independence Day is getting, this one I might, actually no, I'm not gonna, well, I could condense, I might condense this with just a $100 bill and then do the actual placeholder and everything later. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 450, 470, 490, 500. Just because I don't want to mess up I already have everything written down for my deposit. So I'll wait and do the placeholder next time I do a condensing, but this way I can get rid of some of my bills. So we have 500 for Independence Day. Trick or treat, we are not stuffing. Thanksgiving is fully funded. Black Friday is fully funded. Christmas, we are adding 50 as always. So we have 2,000, 500, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3,050. And the reason I did not take that extra 500 to the bank is because we have 4 Christmas boxes through Samaritan's Purse that we need to go fill up this weekend for Christmas gifts for kiddos who might not otherwise get Christmas gifts. So every year our church does, they hand out the boxes, and then you can take home however many you want and fill them with gifts and then bring them back, and then they send them to where they need to go. So every year each of the kids gets a box, and then they get to go to Target and fill it up with just different toys. And I'm sure Rowan will put a lot of art supplies in her box. It's kind of cute because a lot of times the kids will fill their boxes with the things that they're interested in, which I think is perfect. So, and then we always put just like a handwritten note and stuff in there too. But I didn't want to bring that cash back because we're going to use that cash this weekend. So there really wasn't a point of bringing it back to the bank. So birthday parties, New Year's Eve is fully funded, just so you know why I skipped over that. Birthdays, we are doing $20. So we have 500, 550, 570, 590. I think we need to bring those boxes back. I'm like, it's either this Sunday or next Sunday, so we'll definitely have to go do that this weekend. Gifts is getting $10. So we have 1, 2, 3, 350, 360, 370 for gift giving. And then seasonal activities is also getting 10. So we have 100, 20, 30, 45, $145 for seasonal activities. And that is going to be it for our holiday sinking funds. All right, and next we'll do some savings challenges. And as always, we'll get started with my 10K savings challenge. We are starting the final 2 months of the year and of this challenge. So for the first week of November, we are stuffing $220. Fill the bubble in so it has time to dry before I put it into the envelope. But $220. Next is our emergency fund savings challenge. I love this like duo right here with the Canyon A6 dashboard and then the gold foil savings challenges mini dashboard. Kind of want to do that in all my binders, but I also don't want to have the exact same dashboard in all of them, but I just love that Canyon one so much. So the first challenge for our emergency fund savings challenge is a rainy day, and this one's customizable, so each of my bubbles is worth 15, and by the end, when I fill up the tracker, it will be $900 that we've saved. So we are just doing 1 bubble this week, and I do have a goal to fill all of these by the end of the year. So I think starting next week, any cash I have left over in my wallet, I am going to add to the savings challenge and all of the ones in this binder. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 550, 560, 65, 570. Or else I don't know how else we're gonna fill this up. And what was I gonna say? I just totally lost my train of thought. Oh, with the 10K challenge, I think the next couple weeks aren't as high of dollar amounts, so we should be able to stuff more into this one. So this is the $5 savings challenge, and each bubble's worth 5. You save $270 when you fill out the entire tracker. And like I said, we're just doing one bubble for each of these this week. So far we have 100, 150, 170, 190, 195. Next is the $10 savings challenge. Each bubble is worth 10, and you save $540 when you complete the entire tracker. So we have 100, 200, 300, 350, 370, 390, 400. We're pretty close to getting the 5 and the $10 completed. It's the rainy day and the $20 savings challenge that I'm like low-key getting worried about. So how much do we still have? like 380 left on this one. I suppose I could have counted the cash and then figured it out. So we should have 700, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 50, 70, 90, yeah, 700. So that means we have 380 left to fill this one. So that's, is that 190? I don't know, math is not my strong suit, but I think that's $190 a month. So then divided by 4 would be like roughly 50 a week. I feel like we can swing that. All right, and then last but not least, we do have our Stranger Things savings challenges, my absolute favorite. So we did finish up these scratch offs last week. So these are complete, and we're gonna find out how much we saved total. We scratched off, did I forget to put the $20? Unless I miscounted. Because I think I have a $20 bill left over. All right, we'll figure that out in a minute, but let's do this first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 550, 600, 20, 40, 60, 85. So 685 is what we scratched off, minus, I think we've saved $20 here. So 665 is what we saved from these scratch offs. And I had so much fun with those. So we are going to scratch off, I think we'll scratch off 4 of these. I think they're like roughly like $10 a piece. And so Chris and I are rewatching Stranger Things right now. And so I'm going to kind of base off like the last, okay, here we go. So the episode that we just finished is the season 3, and it's the one where Billy starts to kind of go downhill, if you know what I mean. Vecna gets a hold of Billy. So, and Karen is kind of a big part of that episode. So I'm gonna do Karen. So we got $12 for Karen. So this is money that I will pull next week to stuff. And then, you know what? Robin just translated the Russian intercept thing. So Robin, we'll scratch off one of Robin's. All right, so I guess I didn't hold the other one up, but this is $6 for Robin. And then let's do Max, because Max just took Elle to the mall. Actually, and we might, oh yeah, we have to do one more after Max. And I don't think I have one of these for Elle, so we'll do Max, and she's $6. And then I need to see, I don't think I have Dustin either, but Dustin just came home from camp. Anyone who doesn't watch Stranger Things, they're like, what are you talking about? You know, let's do Mike, because Elle just broke up with Mike. All right, so we got $13 for Mike. And if you're wondering, this scratch off back here, I'm like nerding out right now and I don't even care. This is from the episode where Max takes Elle to the mall. So she's like wearing her new like crazy 80s clothing, and then she dumped Mike. So that's the episode that we just watched. Oh shoot, what was that? $13. Couldn't find my calculator there for a minute. All right, so we're gonna be saving a little bit less because I wanna also give myself room to save for my emergency fund savings challenge. So let's round it up to $40 is what we will stuff for next week. And then I'm not sure if I miscounted my 20s or what, but I'm gonna see if I can figure that out really quick. All right, well, I cannot figure it out. So my guess is that I messed up an envelope, like I didn't pull it, or I miscounted at the beginning when I was taking the cash out of the stack, which is exactly why I should never work at a bank. So either way, I'll figure it out. And if anything, I'll just deposit it into our emergency fund savings challenge, our emergency fund savings account, because that is our big goal right now. And that's where I want any extra money going anyway. So in the end, it will always work out. I just choose not to get stressed out over $20. It's just not worth it. That does bring us to the end of this week's cash stuffing. I just want to say thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it blessed you in some way, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Have a great week, you guys.